Oh boy, hello everybody. I am 2 minutes early or 3 minutes late, depending on how you look at it. I scheduled it for 9:05 on purpose because I anticipated issues that I didn't have tonight. Welcome into July 10th, Zoom Homies Live with Ken Stout. You know the deal. Ken Stout Live with Zoom Homies, whatever. I got to go fix my camera. We'll be right back. Hello, William. Hello, Jose. Hello, Sam. And hello, Greg Guy.
Hello.
Hello to all of you. Good evening. Good to see you. Um, hmm, interesting. That didn't fix the green screen. That's kind of cool. Usually that fixes the green screen. Okay. There we go. That fixed the green screen. We'll go with that. Now, how's the fish cam look? Oh, fish cam looks horrible. Fish cam looks like it got all out of whack. There we go. So that's got, okay, little minor glitch tonight. Not too bad. So I messed around early this morning since I couldn't sleep, and oh, my hair looks wonderful. Which, by the way, the hair is being dyed again tonight. I have no say in the matter, so she is allowing me to stream. And then we're going to dye it right after the stream, so that's cool. I messed around this morning in OBS. I was successful in, I can time Williams, Sam's, Roberts, and anyone else's I want to use full screen to cycle through. The problem I have is when it gets to the last one, I don't know how to cycle it back to the top. Now I worked on that and researched that all afternoon this afternoon. I could not find anything on it. I reached out to Sam, but I'm guessing he was busy, and then I had things I had to go do, and here we are.
There must be a way to put it in the loop.
I'm thinking there is. I mean, you know, if need be, what I could do is I could go, okay, start here, play it for an hour, go to here, play it for an hour, go to here, play it for an hour, and then put the command to wait 15 seconds, and then go back to the scene and do it all over again. I don't really want to have to do that. Oh, that looks cool. That's a live stream too, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
So I need to figure out how you get live streams into your Zoom. I that's pretty good.
I went into OBS and did a window capture of the full screen of that.
Okay. And then you connected that. So how are you getting the OBS window capture into
I'd have to
Zoom?
switch it. By using the virtual camera.
Oh, okay, okay. Yep, that makes sense. I do sort of kind of follow that. Makes sense. Let me see if I can do something here. I'm not going to try to do a virtual camera, believe me. Not near that smart.
Oh. You just select a scene as your virtual camera. Set in the virtual settings. Virtual camera settings. Yeah, I can talk.
You fit right in because we all have the same problem. Hello, Jeff.
Problems? I never have problems.
I sometimes have difficulty speaking. All right, I think I might be able to do this. Let's see if I can do this. If I double click on that, oh yeah, that'll work just fine.
Really?
So,
We haven't noticed.
how do I want to do this? Bear with me a minute. I have something I want to share in just a second. Since I figure something out here. Now, it did not play the golfing intro tonight. Oh, but yes, Jake says he decided to install Windows 11 again. It's again. There, keyword there, again. So if that's cool, I'm gonna go ahead and this will be fun. DaVinci. Oh, I got the right one. Amazing. And this tonight thinks it's that screen. This is silly, crazy, dumb. All right. So everybody should be seeing the same thing right now. Everybody should be seeing yours truly with blood running down my leg. Something bit me while we were golfing. Mrs. K about had a coronary over that. I don't know what it was. I really didn't even feel it. We were walking up one of the fairways and she says, "You're bleeding." I'm like, "What?" And she pointed to my leg and sure enough, something bit me.
I thought
This
Mrs.
is,
J kicked you in the shin.
I guess. This is Jake. I jokingly told the Zoom homies, this is Jake from State Farm. Jake and I met today on the first tee. Mrs. K and I were sitting there getting ready to play the first tee when Jake comes walking up. And we started a conversation, and I thought, you know what? He's a single. I'm a single. I asked him, would you like to play the first 9 holes with me? He goes, oh, I'm only playing 9. He goes, yeah, that sounds good. Just being the gentleman that I'm not, I said, well, you go ahead, you can have the honors and you can tee off first. And you guys have seen the building that sits off to the right of the first hole. His first tee shot hit the side of the wall and bounced onto the green to about 4 feet away from the hole.
And of course, you hold it, right?
Actually, okay, so it's funny you should mention that, Jeff, because my tee shot came up about 4 feet short. Okay, which was fine. I don't really care about that.
So you got about the same distance away as he did in the end.
No, no. He was on the green. He was 4 feet from the hole. My second shot, my chip shot, hit the hole.
I thought you meant you hit 4 feet from the hole.
No. He has hit the wall and bounced onto the green. Mine was about probably 5 or 6 feet short of the green, but my chip shot actually hit the green and rolled toward the hole. And all three of us, Mrs. K, Jake, and myself, we were like, that's going to go in. And about that time, it hit the hole and bounced out.
Are you kidding me? Goodness.
No, I'm not kidding you. It actually happened because he was like,
Oh,
he goes,
no.
I really
Oh,
thought
I
that was
believe
going
you.
to
It's
drop.
just-
And I'm like, I thought it was going to drop too. So he did miss his short little putt. We both ended up getting a par on there.
Hey,
well,
par's par.
Yeah, that's exactly what I said and what he said. Long story short, when it was all said and done after 9 holes, I beat him by 1 stroke. So
Hey,
we
pretty good
exchanged
match.
numbers, and We will play again. He likes playing that course. I like playing that course. So, and it was fun. It was good to have someone there that made me play a little bit better than what I normally play. Because
Let
when
me
I
ask you,
played,
did you go to your doctor's appointment?
no, that's Wednesday or Thursday. That's just
Oh,
Thursday.
okay.
Yeah.
Somehow I got it in my head it was today.
Yeah, no. That'll be 2:30 Thursday afternoon. That's the
And I was
13th,
wondering
I
how you were
believe.
playing golf after doing that.
No, I'm pretty sure they're going to restrict me. If they don't, I'll restrict myself, only because I'm a big baby. But it was fun. It was. He's going to be 64 in September. He's got a couple kids. I mean, the similarities between he and I, other than he was never in the military, was just uncanny. It was just like, am I looking at my doppelganger here or what? Just a good afternoon. We, obviously walked because it's a short course. We did shoot a little bit at I actually have video of Mrs. K on the driving range. And it's funny. I'll show that later maybe. So it was a good afternoon, real good afternoon. I'm guessing your grandson got taken to practice or tryouts?
Yes.
Cool. Tony says some putt. Yeah, his putt wasn't even close. I mean, I should rephrase that. Had he aimed it properly, it probably would have dropped, but he didn't have the aim right, so it rolled past the hole. But he got the putt coming back. This is one of those moments we decided we weren't going to record this today before Jake come walking up. Retrospectively looking back, I wish we would have, because the chip hits the green and roll, and I was like, oh man, it would have been so sweet to start out with a birdie on the opening hole, but it didn't. It was a fun day, real fun day. Greg, you sound like you've been busy today.
Yeah, I got my grass cut, lawnmower cleaned up, and blew down the driveway and my neighbor's driveway, and decided to go up to Lowe's to try and get those garage door struts, and of course they don't have any, but the website says they do. So
Is
I
it
bought a
So did you order one?
no. I bought an 1.25 inch angle iron with pre-drilled holes in it. I got 4 screws in and I stopped. It's just too damn humid out.
Yeah, that was my concern when I stepped outside earlier this afternoon to kind of decide if I wanted to play or not. I thought, I'm not going to play, but then knowing her schedule's all hers, and we got the schedule. We had to drive down and get it today. They couldn't send it to us via an email. We had to drive down there and get it. And it is just all kinds of messed up. I swear my granddaughter's made it out. She's actually next week going to work, I think, 4 or 5 straight days. And I haven't gone over it with a fine-tooth comb, which is weird because they made it up front clearly. They do not schedule overtime. But if you're working 4 12s, that's 48, and she's working 5 12s, that's 60 hours. Is that not scheduling overtime?
Yeah.
That's what I thought. So we'll cross the bridge when it's in front of us.
Just make sure they don't try to leave out the overtime pay.
This company's pretty good about paying the what they're supposed to, and the way they pay it is really weird. Like if she works 48 hours, she gets paid 48 hours of her 2 to 10 shift, and she gets paid 48 hours of her 10 to 6 shift, and then she gets paid the bonus from 2 to 10, then she gets paid the bonus from 10 to 6. I'm like, you know what? Make this so simple. Whatever the dollar amount after you do all this mumble and jumble is, pay that for the amount of hours, and that way the common man, me, can figure it out. So
They must think they're getting some tax benefit or something.
it's got to be something like that, yes. I asked him, I said, do you do anything on YouTube? He goes, no, I'm not too technical. I don't keep up with that stuff. So you know me, I'm going to put the plug in for Kent Stout Live about anywhere and everywhere I go. get to that 300. I got to beat Sam. Sam, what are you up to now?
260.
So we both seem to be sitting right where we're at. I'm still at 284. I see. I'll what's the word I'm looking for? Somebody help me out here. The only thing that comes to mind is Jerry Lewis Telethon when he did the Labor Day thing. What do you call that?
Marathon.
Well, the marathon part, yeah, but the only way I know to put this is I'll go politics for subs for you if you go politics subs for me. I can't. There's another term for that. It's not politic, but that you understand what I'm saying. I hope.
Well, there's your thing, quid pro quo.
Well, yeah, I'll get him 3, and he's got to get me 6. I mean, it's as simple as that. Pretty good math. I mean, look at him. You're like, yeah, you think so, buddy? For every 3 I get you, I'm getting me 9.
You got the fish that each have their own channel.
Yeah, and again, I know I said the other night, I want to thank both you and Sam for allowing me to restream your streams. I'm going to figure out how to loop it. I was pretty happy with the test I ran this morning, and I just couldn't get it to loop. And it's got to be able to be done. It just has to be. But I couldn't figure it out. And then I got 3 calls from south of the Mississippi. Then my son came over, and my son came over at the most opportune time. I was on call number 2, and then when call number 3 came in, he goes, "Ken, I bet you set that up. I bet you called your son and said come over." I'm like, what an idea!
He just
I
said
didn't.
yes, and he's here again.
Yeah. Man, yeah, he's busy. He apparently, I texted him about what time is it right now? 9:17, probably 2.5 hours ago. I still don't have an answer. So he's either researching something or he's reached out to someone or something. No big deal. Or he's eating. Oh, I sent him pictures from Texas Roadhouse. Don't let him in. Let him sit there. It tells me he's watching the stream. Got a letter from BH Ringer. He's up to 100 subs. Got a congratulatory letter from YouTube, which I don't think I ever got a congratulatory letter. I'm jealous. He does watch the live stream. He's just not been feeling well lately, and I understand that. So that's fine. At least he watches. Well, Mister, I'm only 18 minutes late tonight.
I have an excuse.
You always have an excuse, but whether it's legitimate or
This
not,
is a good one.
beside the point.
This is a good one. My mom got paperwork in. It has to do with me continuing to get my services, which has to do with her continuing to get paid. So it's one of them. It's one of them comprehensive behavior or adaptive test things. One of them standardized tests.
Oh, okay. All right.
So she's still filling it out now, but she needed me in there for a little bit.
And what happens if they determine you aren't behaving well?
Yeah, good question. Now, are they calling any of us for references on this?
And no, it's one of them tests that it's only got 3 answers for every question.
True,
Never,
false, or
sometimes-
otherwise?
Never, sometimes, or often. That's
Oh,
your
okay.
only three. Never, sometimes, or often.
Can I take that
Well,
test for
that's
you? That's an
probably
easy
double.
test.
Always.
Yeah, it's either going to be never all the way down or always all the way down. Depending on, I mean, I could alter it. Never, always, never, always, never, always. Wouldn't make a difference. So that's what's taking up your time since I sent you the pictures and sent you the text earlier tonight? Yes. Oh, my server tonight?
And I was in the standing frame, and then and then I was eating, and then I got railroaded into doing that test, and now I knew that this was gonna happen. I knew that was gonna come in here 15 or
Oh,
20 minutes
hang on, I can
late,
play that a different way.
and you was gonna put me in the waiting room.
Now, it's one question. Did you bring up anything to her about that's been talked to in the past on chat?
No, not yet.
So tonight at dinner, sorry about that. We get seated, and the young lady walks up, and she goes, "I'll be your server tonight. My name's Alex." Both Mrs. K and I literally at the same time laughed because I said, "I need a favor from you, please." And she said, "Sure, just name it." I said, "I want you to say, Ken." uh, she did, but she wouldn't let me record it. She drew a line at the recording part of it. So next time I go to set that up, I'll secretly turn the recording button on or whatever. It was good tonight. They didn't have prime rib. I was really looking forward to a prime rib steak, but they didn't have that. I had a ribeye. It was really good. Mrs. K
Ribeyes
had.
are my favorites.
I sent you a picture. Did you
I
not get
just
it?
finished the last part of my prime rib from the silver dinner.
It sounded so good, and I don't know. She
I got
had
the
barbecue.
smaller one. It was 12 ounce or something, and it was enough for 3 meals easily.
I got the 12 ounce tonight. I'm actually trying to cut back a little bit. Got a baked potato and salad. Was good, and we actually split a bowl of what was supposed to be broccoli, but it had more carrots in it than it did broccoli. But the broccoli wasn't bad.
Yes, I
Actually,
did get it, and it looks good.
it was. Key word there is was. Oh, whatever bit me decided it was not just going to bite me once. It bit me all the way down my leg. Instead of no. Well, here's the scary thing. I didn't feel it. I'm to that point in my life where something could bite me and I don't feel it. Wonder if I could feel Mrs. K smacking me upside the head with the frying pan.
Depends where they bite you. If you're saying it's going to come back to bite you in the you know what.
I guess. I only got really. Well, I didn't get upset today golfing. I got frustrated, baby. I've got I don't know, a par 4.5, 5 feet maybe, a putt for a birdie. And Mrs. K can read a green really good. I've never seen somebody with that uncanny ability that doesn't play golf regularly. So I asked her, I said, "What are your thoughts?" She says, "Oh, it's going to break from the right to the left, and it's slightly uphill." Okay. I took her word for it. I don't question it. I've questioned her in the past and been wrong, so I stopped questioning her. So I lined it up, and she's standing behind me so she can see how things are lined up, right? I hit the putt, and I miss. And she comes up and she goes, "I knew you were going to miss that." I'm like, "How'd you know I was going to miss it?" She goes, "You weren't lined up properly." I said, "Oh, and you tell me after I hit the putt, rather than say, wait, you're not lined up properly, change your alignment or whatever." So, but I didn't get mad or that frustrated. I found it humorous that, we've been married 16 years and she's still afraid to say anything until after the fact. I'm like, if you tell me beforehand and I get the putt, I'm not going to be mad. I'm really not. And here's the hell of it. Oops, family friendly. I dropped the ball after I tapped it in for the par, went back, and of course this always happens when there's no pressure. I made the putt. Go figure. I'm getting a message from someone. Who could it be? Alex?
Somebody in Arkansas?
Somebody
It's
that lives
me.
south of the Mississippi. Yeah, I just said it was you. But you know what? I'll give you credit. You actually turned your camera off to send me the message. Usually you don't do that. You're learning. I have hopes for you yet. Tomorrow we'll work on you interrupting people. How does that sound?
No.
What, do you hear that
You,
sound?
you know. Let me say this. You know, it's very easy to interrupt people. The more people you've got on Zoom, when we got 15 people on this Zoom, it's very easy to overtalk people. We've talked about it over and over and over.
The after Zoom stream or this after stream Zoom, yes, I will agree with that. Yes, Jeff, you have your hand had. Go ahead.
I was just demonstrating how easy it was to raise your hand to get attention.
But I would agree. After we end the stream, oh, we interrupt each other all the time. All the time. On here, we're not too bad at. For the most part, we're not too bad on here. It depends on who's actually here. So now, yes, Greg. Greg's like, I'm waving my hand.
It don't work for me.
Did you go to the bottom of reactions and check it so that it comes on?
Go to reactions.
Yeah, at the very bottom on the screen, you got more whiteboards, apps, reaction, screen, share screen, chat. There's a little arrow there. You have to actually. Now, I don't think it'll work when the camera's off. The camera, well, of course, I know it won't work. So mine is now on. I'll put my hand up, and I've been told your fingers have got to be together. Yep, it works. There's two ways. There's two ways I know it worked. One is my picture moved to the upper left, and two, I see the hand up in the thing.
Oh, I
Now
manually clicked the raise hand icon. when I
Oh,
did it.
well, yeah, we're. Oh, you mean like this? Oh, wait, raise hand like that.
Yep.
Okay, that'll work too.
Because when I wave mine now, for some reason it doesn't want to. Of course, I've got my avatar up. Maybe that's why. The first time I had it happen by accident, I went like that, like the Star Trek thing. And it doesn't want to do it, even though I have that thing checked.
I don't think. Okay, let me see. You actually bring up a good question. So raised hand gestures is checked on mine. I'm
Yep.
gonna hold my hand up. I don't think it'll do it with the avatar on.
Well, that's what I was thinking. So I clicked mine off and I hold my hand up there.
Yeah, but you can go in here and do it that way. You can click the raise hand in the
Right,
menu.
which is what I did.
Right. So, and if I
So I
turn
don't
it
know
back
why it isn't
on
recognizing mine. I
and
don't
then
know.
do this, this will be interesting.
See if it
It did. But it's still, that's my right hand and that's going to the left. So that's pretty neat. Photo Mix Media drops a QR code. How did you do that? What did you hold up for a QR code? Alex, I sent you a message back, by the way.
I know I got it.
All right.
It's still
Chris Garrett says his message went away. I was second and second one to like. No, tonight, I can go over to the studio and I can take chat. Well, I say that now I can't do it. I tell you what, this has just been really weird. Chat lately has been very, very odd. Tony was first with 2 messages, and then Robert was second and William was third. And it's ironic as we were coming back and I was driving like a race car driver. I told Mrs. K, I said, boy, I sure hope the first, second, and third are the same tonight because I was like, I just change the date and I don't have to worry about anything. As it turned out, I got back in enough time to get it all worked out. Now, I tried something here. Let's see if this works. Nope, that did not work. I don't get it. Looks like Long Dog has joined us over in chat. You go see what he's got to say. Yeah, Doug had a migraine. He did not even do Fortnite today. And I thought for a moment
There
it was.
what? I clicked on his where it said live stream is canceled, and there was not even a description or any comments. Anything added to the description, I should say. It was just his basic.
He put it in chat. He didn't put anything down in comments. He put it in chat. Checking up. Looks like he's working on his car again. Get done working on yours, come work on mine. I saw a set of rims today on a CRV that I'd like to have. Same color and different rims. I really like those rims. I couldn't get Mrs. K to cause a distraction, so I could get them. If I would just take a look at the screen letters, it says show has been canceled for today. Yeah, it did say it had been canceled. And it was ironic because I got off my OBS thing I was doing just to go watch him at 10, and then by the time I got there, he had said he was canceled. So I had Tony there, and I had Jesse Pinkman from Doug's channel from Fortnite on there. It was fun. I enjoyed it. I do have a DaVinci project that I started. I'll just let that go with that. No idea that I had a second oxygen sensor, not the one that you would technically call the downstream. Yeah, you lost me.
Get it back there laying in all that nasty.
Huh?
Yeah.
I'll go ahead and mute Alex. It sounds like Mom is in the room. I got you, Alex. You're muted. Where was I? So, did anybody watch the stream Robert recommended last night with the critters and creatures, I think it was? That was really interesting. There were raccoons, there were possums, there were wolves, there were rabbits, there were squirrels, there were rats. There was a couple animals that I did not recognize what they were. The people in the chat seemed to know what it was, but I couldn't tell what it was. But it was really cool to watch that. I didn't sit here all night and watch it, by no means. I actually slept for 5 hours last night. Woke up with one huge leg cramp this morning. I blame that on mowing the grass. Greg, I need to work something out with you. Every other week, I need you to cut my grass for me.
Okay, I'll put it on my schedule.
Thank you. Notice we didn't discuss rates or anything. I know he's going to cost me an arm and a leg, but hey, I don't have to worry about the grass. Oh, what about watering the flowers and the tomatoes?
That's going to be extra charge.
Babe, Greg said no on the watering and the flowers. Yeah.
I didn't get ready for bed. I got it good towels.
I'm back. I'm still hearing someone's background noise. Who's got their background noise that I'm hearing? Oh, William, you got another cam. Is that live video right now? Of the air conditioning unit or whatever that is?
That's just a recording of the security on the side.
That explains why that guy keeps walking by. Okay, gotcha.
We're recording clips.
All right. Yeah, I caught your stream this morning while I was messing around too. It looked like you had gone out somewhere.
Yeah.
Yep. And then I was like, oh, I don't know if he still knows he's streaming this or not. I did take, I believe it was Sam's and Wintermute's idea about making a scene and then using a scene switcher. Great idea. you guys came up with. Now, if you can just figure out how to loop it, that'd be great. Because I could not figure it out, and I literally looked at every one of the settings in there. And when you build when you're using the scene switcher, you make a new one. I went through wait, shut it off, turn it on, pause it, unpause it. There's about 15 of them, and my goodness, I was like, oh yeah, I found it. Nope. I mean, it would be a little bit of trouble, but I could just run multiple scenes, the same scene multiple times, I guess. What are you showing, Jose? Is this live? Is this seriously live? You guys are going to force me to learn virtual camera, aren't you? I use the sequence instead of the macro. There's more settings in. Yeah, I'm using the OBS, Jake. Thank you. I'm using the advanced scene switcher, and I can't figure out how to loop it. And he's saying he uses the sequence instead of the macro. I need to get with him to find out what he's talking about. And unless Sam, do you know what he's talking about?
Good question. If it's a plugin,
Well, thank you.
then yeah, no, I don't.
I have no idea. No idea whatsoever. Let's see, Roy has joined us over in chat. Location makes it easier or harder depending on who you ask for. Oh, he's talking about the sensors for the car. Okay. Let me go over here. I think this is the one I want. So I'm going to make sure I hit the right buttons tonight. Unlike the other night when I hit the wrong buttons and inadvertently shut the stream off. There is the email. If you'd like to join us on the Zoom, shoot me an email and we'll get you on here. Okay. Either I'm going to learn sign language or I'm going to stop talking because I can't talk. OBS Jake would be another one that I would let in. There's no vetting there. He's been around. Long Dog would get in. There's no issues with that whatsoever. I think the scene switcher by default hides other tabs. From what I've seen, it's pretty good. You tell it what scene it goes to it. You tell how long to play. It goes to the next one. Right now, I'm running the scene switcher to run the show, and in 1 hour, it will kick over to the scroll that goes by, which I did not change yet. And then after that, it'll go back to the main thing. See, that's what I don't understand. On here, it goes back to where it's supposed to, but on the other one I was working on, I can't get it to go back. It just ends. So it makes no sense. Jose put something in chat that I saw. Let me go see here. Virtual camera on OBS. Okay. Yeah. I guess I'm going to have to learn that. Is there anything else you guys want me to learn? Hey, Greg, watch this.
Yeah.
I will learn virtual camera if you will learn DaVinci Resolve.
I'm gonna have to look at my schedule. It's pretty tight.
Well, at least you're looking at your schedule. I actually expected a flat out no or heck no or no way. But look at your schedule. That should be Chris Garrett joining us. He said he was going to join for about 11 our time, which is an hour and 21 minutes away.
My schedule's full until 2028. Schedule's full until 2028.
You better
I'm still
learn. Yes, I better learn to be a golfer. This is true.
My desk looks a little bit better.
That looked all right to me. I didn't see that much wrong with it.
Mhm.
Yeah,
I've
okay.
seen worse. I actually have worse right now. Just can't get in the right frame of mind to force myself to clean everything up. Alex is doing something. He's got the remote in his hand. He's probably got Tammy going over there. Long Dog says maybe someday soon he will join us in Zoom. At this particular moment, I'm not sure. I'm kind of tired. No worries. No worries at all. Oh, that's cool. Williams,
I thought you were done with this. I thought you were gonna cut it off.
cut what off?
The stream.
Why would I do that? It's only been 41 minutes. Do you not pay attention to anything? Seriously.
Yes, I like to think I do. Now, whether I do or not.
Oh, see,
That
now
is yet-
stop. Let me stop you right there. That's the problem. You like to think you do. Just stop thinking you do, because you don't. I got a question for you. How long
Okay.
does a stream run every night?
An hour.
Surprised you knew that. Bonus question: what time does the stream start every night?
8 o'clock.
In which time zone?
Central Standard Time.
Okay, so therefore it starts at what time in my time zone?
9 o'clock.
Okay,
Eastern
so
Standard Time.
do you have these things written down in front of you and you're cheating, or did you actually remember?
No, I memorize them. Unlike someone I know.
You can go ahead and say I have a horrible
I
memory.
have really
I'm
good
terrible.
memory.
I'm terrible at memorization. I'll be the second to admit that.
I
Mrs. K will
know.
be the first.
I know names, addresses, phone numbers, credit card numbers, social security numbers. All up in my head.
If you guys' names was not on your Zoom panels, I'd probably forget half your names, and I'm serious about that. For the longest time, I called Jeff Greg and Greg Jeff. I'm
Well, I
horrible
need to
with
put my
names.
name on my own square.
I've got the names hidden, so if I don't mouse over y'all over the square, it doesn't show the name.
The only reason I remember the guy who I played golf with today is because of the Jake from State Farm commercial.
Oh goodness. Jose is going off the rocker. He's sharing a video or something.
It looks like it's from
Got the guy
space.
in the stream, OBS, Jake.
Yeah, OBS Jake is in the stream. That's
I'm
pretty
sure-
easy to remember. Uh-oh. I sure hope they meant to drop that, whatever that is. Oh, they're dropping the landing gear. Oh, that looks like that's from 1969. I think I've seen this before. Is he going to say that's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind? I haven't seen this one before. You know what? I could actually do this. There we go. Oh, look, Elijah Woods. This is a movie, isn't it? This isn't really NASA.
Is that where it's supposed to be landing on Mars or the moon or something and colonize it?
Yeah, once again, we can see pictures from however many miles away this is in space, but we can't get a clear picture of the people robbing the bank. I kid you not, that just baffles
the
me.
quality of the cameras involved.
If you were to ask my mom about that or tell my mom about that, she would tell you she's a big time conspiracy theorist. She would tell you that we never went to the moon. She's learned to unlearn all that they taught in school, and that we never went to the moon. And that's all of what you see is just CGI and camera effects.
I heard one of the astronauts comment on that theory some time ago, and people
really
were
believe that?
saying that for
Yes.
a long time. And he said, if
I'm dead serious.
we faked it, it would have cost more to fake it than it did to do it.
I've heard that as well. Yeah.
Maybe not with CGI now, but in the right after it happened in those days, we didn't have all the CGI and stuff we have
No.
now.
No. And to go on the theory that it was one big sound stage, that would have been one big sound stage. I should
So-
bring this astronaut in.
There's one of the astronauts in an interview I heard someplace on YouTube within the last week or so, actually, where they discussed that.
Yeah, I don't
What
think I'll
Sam
see
showing
space
tonight?
travel.
That Kilauea.
He told us where that was from, but I forgot.
I wasn't in right when you started. So.
Well, not today. He actually mentioned it in his stream.
Okay.
And I've forgotten. I had a weird day today. Sam, can you hear us? Coming from us live at Drifflestrawn.
Alex, do a speed check for Sam. I think he's having problems.
Well,
I
yeah,
don't
if,
Were they
have to.
going
I
right
think
speed?
if I had
don't
lava
have to. I
running
think
through
I
my
remember-
front yard, I'm gonna have problems too.
I think I don't have to, Greg. I think I remember what he's got. Wasn't it like 150 down and 50 up or something like that?
I don't remember.
Sam, am I correct? Isn't it like 200 down and 50 up?
He needs you to check his sound bar.
I'm using a sound bar right now to talk to you.
I said sound. Bonehead.
Oh, Lord.
Long Dog says you could see the bank robbery if the satellite was overhead in position. No, I'm talking about the cameras in the bank. I don't necessarily want to see it from space. I just want to see, today the bank got robbed and it shows this picture and it's like 75 different ways of pixelated and everything else. And you're like, really? What 3-year-old drew that? But yet we get up in space and we get crystal clear pictures of what's going on. I don't know. I do not know. Be right back again. Oh, excuse me. So I did learn today that I got up at 6, went down and picked her up, got back, tried to lay back down to sleep. I could not sleep. Could not sleep. I tossed and turned for about an hour. I finally, about 7:30, quarter to 8, I'm like, I'm going to get up. I'm going to do something. And I did. And man, about 11:30, 11:45, it was like I hit a brick wall. And I laid back down. I went to sleep then. Sam, we've got a question for you. I see you've got your volcano hat on. Are you well protected there?
Nope. I had to get my tinfoil hat when Alex started talking.
So where's the lava field at?
It's in Iceland, in the
Iceland.
peninsula. You know how peninsula kind of sticks off a little bit to the west there?
Yeah.
It's peninsula.
Okay.
Just south of Reykjavik, the capital.
Well, I guess I could take down the Zoom creds now. I forgot I had put them up. There we go. Now there's a spaceship for you right there. Is that with Chris Pine at the helm? William's like, I don't know. I think that's the one with Chris Pine. I think the guy right over your right shoulder, isn't he the guy that got crushed by his car? Yeah, that's Chris Pine. John Cho's over there to the left. I believe the guy over your right shoulder is Antoine. I'll think of his name in a minute. Anyway, he got killed in a very tragic accident. His car backed over and going down a hill somehow. It was really horrible. It's starting to sound like Mrs. K now, like there's not a horrible death. I mean, she's always saying something like, as opposed to, cable guy stringing through the neighborhood and in their backyard. Well, that would be nice. Again, that took them forever over in Illinois. Of course, we don't live in Illinois no more, so I don't care. I cannot complain with what I have.
Why not?
Why I don't care? I don't live here no more.
Why don't you live in Illinois?
I live in Indiana. Next question. We would have moved straight to Indiana if there would have been a job opportunity. And at that time, to get her license transferred to here, she literally was going to have to go back to school, and just that was going to take too much money and too much time. Whereas in Illinois, it was just a transfer, which was good. And then Indiana relaxed its rules a little bit, or something changed. We don't know why, but she was able just to test out and get it, which was good. I mean, had we been able to move directly here when we went to Illinois, we would have done that. That was our original plan. And she transferred with the company she was with in Vegas to there in Charleston. Well, that's irony for you, too, if you think about it. Las Vegas is a huge city that had two facilities from the same company that were literally on the same street, just a few blocks apart from one another. And in the middle of Illinois, they had a facility. And we were about 7 months late. They did have one in Indiana, but they sold it. And they did sell the one in Charleston, too. So things work the way they're supposed to work. We're here now. Once I win the lottery, I'll be doing my live from a mountaintop somewhere. Be like Woody Harrelson. I'll have the backpack on the back of my shoulders.
Your
Some of us,
hat.
yeah.
Again, last week somebody hit the megabucks at the cannery. First time it's ever happened at that location.
They say that all those are supposed to pay off at some point in time. Now, I don't know that I necessarily believe
I
that.
don't know how many locations they have, and I mean, and they're all in sync.
Right.
But do you know there's a guy that lives here who has won it twice?
That's very eerie.
Well, the first time was like 30 years ago when it was like worth $1 million, which was still a lot of money in those days.
That's a lot of
Now
money
it
these
restarts
days.
at 10 million.
Yeah, if someone were to say you have a chance to win $1 million, I'm not saying no. I'll take that
Oh
chance.
yeah, well,
I
now
understand
the
what you're
thing
saying,
with the
though.
megabucks is there's not a lump sum option. You
Did
get it.
anybody hit the Powerball?
615 million.
Haven't seen anything.
I gotta go collect it tomorrow if I get up in time.
Yeah, but the megabucks you take in 26 equal payments. One now and then 25 more a year apart.
They're hoping you'll die by then.
Yeah.
Well, your estate gets it if you die, but
Yeah, I've always said, I mean, I haven't played the lotteries in years, but when I was playing, I always said if I won something substantial, like anything over $5, I'm taking the lump sum up front.
yeah.
And then I'm buying me a mountain on an island surrounded by water.
And hula girls.
I think Mrs. K might frown upon the hula
okay.
girls.
Well, my mother always used to say that, say, got lottery out there, she'd like to win one, just maybe $100,000 even. That would have been an unimaginable sum for her.
It'd be pretty unimaginable for me too.
During
Seriously.
the time she, I mean, she was one of them like your parents, I'm sure, lived through the Depression and all of
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
she was always worried about money in the back of her mind. And the first few years I worked, she was living on the remnants of my dad's pension and Social Security and a few CDs that they had bought over a long period of time. And she accumulated more money in the first 15 years I worked than I did. Of course, I was trying to pay off a house and some other things, but still, she knew how to live frugally. She knew how to take care of what she had.
All right, I got to spotlight Jose because I've got a question. Is this actually on? Is this actually on the planet of
I
Mars, or
wonder
is
if
this
it's
what they
there
think it
or if
is?
that's a CGI.
Okay, all right, that makes sense.
I don't know.
Right. Well, Long Dog says, winning $100,000, what kind of change in my life in the long run? Because that'd pay off the house as part of the original long-term plan at the time of retirement. $100,000 is going to change most of our lives. Maybe not Greg's. He said he doesn't need anything. He'd probably donate it to the Zoom homies. No?
No way, Jose.
Oh, so Jose's getting it. Okay.
I
You
take
do know I
100,000.
I legally changed my name to Kenneth Richard Jose Stout, right?
Change it to whatever you want, but you ain't
That
getting
that
it.
was a 7-minute conversation with Jake today of my name. Kenneth Richard is my given name, and it's gotten shortened down to Ken. There's a few
Who
people
was
that
that
call me
guy?
Kenny. Do what?
Who was that guy?
It's just a guy playing golf that I met on the golf course today. Mrs. K and I were sitting there at the first tee. I seen him walking up, and based on what I could see of his clubs and everything else, I thought this guy's way better than I am. I'll let him go ahead and play in front of us. And then we got to talking, and then I'm kind of glancing at the time, and I'm like, I know we're going to dinner. I know I got a show. I said, why don't if you don't mind, Jake, let you and I play the front nine with each other or together or whatever. He said, yeah, that's a great idea. And we did, and it was fun. And we exchanged phone numbers, and we plan on playing another round. But I kid you not, when that ball hit the building, I mean, I'm like, oh, this guy's horrible. And he wasn't bad. He really wasn't bad. And when it ricocheted off the building to where it did on the green, I was like, God, talk about the golf gods looking out for someone. Very funny. And it looks like someone said something about it. CGI or CGA. What's the difference between CGA and
I think he meant-
CGI? And don't somebody say 7 letters.
Animation instead of imaging.
Oh, okay.
I'm guessing. I don't
That's
know.
That's a good guess. I like that. Very good guess. Looks like it's getting to be pretty close to 10 o'clock. I heard the train clocks. So I'll apologize in advance. As soon as the stream ends, I'm going to kill the camera. She's going to dye the hair because there's too much white up there according to her. I told her just let it go, and in 3 weeks. Do what?
I don't see any. Well,
Oh, there's
tiny
white.
bit on the roots.
There's white. I told her just let it go, and in about 3 weeks I'll look like Gandalf, and she goes, Gandalf, who's that? I'm like, really? You don't know who Gandalf is?
Well, no, just say in 3 weeks I'll look like Santa Claus. Maybe she'll know that.
Well, we've had that discussion because I'm still trying to shave the beard off, and she was like, no, you need to let it go for Christmas. I'm like, what do you mean let it go for Christmas? As
That's
in,
6
don't
months.
trim it anymore between now and Christmas? She's like, yes. I'm like, no. No. I will continue to trim it. And it'd be a darn shame if I'm trimming it one day and oops, I'm down to the skin. I don't know how that happened. But got to shave the whole thing off now.
Ken, I got your hair color.
Pink?
throat runs color.
Yeah, my dad used to, through football season, he'd dye his hair and his beard blue for the Colts. I'm not doing that. I'm a big sports fan of certain teams, but I am not dyeing the hair. Not going to dye my beard either. It distinguishes me.
Yeah,
Please.
distinguished or extinguished?
Either or.
That's what my wife used to tell me. Well, if they extinguished.
Either
Dang,
or.
this phone keeps updating.
Your phone, your new phone?
Yeah, my new phone.
Yeah, when I got my Motorola phone, Chris, it updated twice within the first week or two. Mine's not going to update to 12, but it's a Moto G phone, but it's not as expensive as yours.
Oh, mine was not expensive. Mine was under $100.
Really? Okay. Well, that's good. Mine was a little over $100 with the case and the screen protector and the tax. It was like $150 altogether.
Yeah, it's still a good phone.
I just don't need all the fancy stuff. Let me see what.
Supposedly 5G, but I don't think there's no 5G service here. I'm gonna find that out pretty soon.
He did have one thing that I would say I'm going to look into, because there was a couple times I'm trying to judge the distance. And he goes, "Wait, I can tell you right where it's at." And he whips his phone out and he stands next to the ball, and it pops up and it shows the green where it says you're here and the distance to the green, the middle, the edge, the back edge, and the front edge. And I'm like, that's kind of sweet. I like that. There comes the scroll with the homies on there. So thank you, Tony. Thank you, Robert. Thank you, William. You were first 3 tonight. Thank you, Long Dog. I saw Roy in there. I saw OBS Jake. Of course, Greg Guy was in chatting. Once again, here's the conspiracy theorist in a group. That would be Greg. Hello, Rick. Didn't see you come in. There's no cheating at all. And in fact, full disclosure, the couple times I've given a heads up to certain people, depending on where you're at in Zoom. Yes, we know where you're at. No, it wasn't what I was going to say, Lorna. I was not going to say that. I was actually doing this because depending on where you're at in Zoom, it could be this way, or that person could be this way. Zoom is not the same for everybody. It should be, but it's not. It ought to be standardized. Anyway, let me go back. Rick Lakes was there. OBS. Jeff Ryan was with us. Anyone above 847, I don't see it because it just cut it off for some reason. Which I don't understand that, nor do I like that. And it's back to the Windows 11 installs in 30 seconds. Thank you so much. I'll see you gentlemen here in a few minutes on Zoom. Well, I'll be here, but I won't see you. And I'll see everybody tomorrow. Maybe a Da Vinci tomorrow. It depends. I got a couple things up. Well, for everyone except Greg, maybe a Da Vinci. Thanks, everyone.